Welcome to Take a Sip, the podcast where women in business, motherhood, and life come together to share, connect, and refill their cups. So grab your drink, take a sip, and let's dive in. Today's episode is all about confidence is a muscle, building it in business. Woo! So ladies, time to take a sip.
Let's take a sip.
And let's do this. Confidence is a muscle.
Yes, it is.
It is. You constantly need to flex it.
Talking about muscles, I had chiro done on my face, throat, jaw, neck.
Which we had never even heard was a thing.
I know.
It's called TNR something, something, something. Sorry to all the chiros out there if you're listening, watching, something like that.
Tell us what it's actually called.
But talking about confidence is a muscle, I think I really need to...
You really worked your muscles.
Yeah, I think so. But no, this is a huge topic. So yesterday I went to the Western Sydney Women Conference Summit. And confidence was brought up by every panel speaker.
Every panel.
It's just huge. So ladies, let's dive into this today. I have to throw this straight at you, Carla.
Yes.
Confidence is something you've been talking about pretty much the whole time I've met you.
Yes.
And you are just enforcing and empowering it every day. But were you not confident from day one? I've been meaning to ask you this.
Because Karma, you're like the queen of confidence.
I love that you all think that. Well, I remember as young as I could remember walking, I was always the center of attention in the family, the outspoken one, and always dancing as I'm walking. So they're always like, there's Karma, walking and dancing, and singing. That was me. And then something happens when hormones, you know, teenagehood, you're more conscious of the world, you see things, people watching, people commenting, and it just kind of chips away at you a little bit. And from teenagehood, even when you get married, like I got married at 20 years old, so that was a big step into not even thinking about myself. I had to soldier on and just focus on my future family, building that wealth. But then I lost myself in that years. So to get back on the horse, I've listened to podcasts. I've went to and spoken to a lot of people that have been on the panel, and they reminded me that confidence is something that you have to work on, which you didn't have to back in the day because you didn't think about what people were watching, you know. And then they also told me like it's a muscle. You've got to keep on doing it. And so I did it behind closed doors, and that's a trick I tell my clients. Do it with the intention of not sharing anything online, because we're in an oversharing state at the moment that everyone has to overshare, and there's that big pressure of sharing and telling everybody what you're doing, but there's none of that. Like my clients, I tell them don't share anything. Build that one step at a time. Like they see me now talking to camera, they look confident. But it brought me back to when I was younger. And I remember when me and my sisters will go to parties, big Lebanese parties, always dancing, big crowds, everyone's loud personalities. And me and my sisters would huddle in the corner, like watching everybody else have fun.
Yeah.
And then after a few parties, I actually said to my sister, let's decide today not to be shy. It was, I remember that vividly. I don't know if they will remember. It was like we were huddling in a little...
How many sisters do you have again?
I have 3.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a decision. And I learned that from such a young age. Nobody told me. I was always thinking about things and how to do things. And that from that moment, we were on the dance floor the first time. We didn't care if anyone was watching.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So that's what I want to remind my clients as well, that you need to have fun in the process. Everyone's so serious about business. Oh, I got to... And I struggled with that a long time. Oh, babe, like I tell my husband all the time, I don't want to do this because people will think that. They take me seriously. And already photography... People don't take that seriously. It's a creative space. People don't see what I give them because I'm clicking the camera. But I was just saying to you girls
today, which is very common in the creative space.
In the creative space, and I've had people compare from even when I first started my photography, comparing like I had one guy give me an essay of how much my yearly salary would be if I quoted him this much. I gave him the quote, and it was like I wish I earned that much.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. But like a simple no would do.
Yeah, just tell me no. Don't you don't mansplain.
Yeah. So that was So there's when it comes to confidence, you have to block out the outside noise, and you have to work on it. It's not something that
Can happen
overnight unless you've grown up in a space where you learnt from a young age to block out that noise. But I'm sure with all our cultures, we've had
those noises are still there.
We've had people commenting in real life.
battle.
It's not people like saying things online, or we've actually had trolls in our life.
Yeah.
And we have to deal with it face to face. And a lot of the time we're too scared to say anything to them. Yeah. But I always think to myself, why do they have the audacity to say this stuff to me? Why can't I why do I feel rude defending myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, if we can do it in real life, we can do it online.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that's the hardest part, though, is for people is taking that first step. I know that
Take that first step,
yeah. When you spoke about how we made a decision and we did it, but for a lot of people, that is the hardest part, is making that decision to be like, okay, as of today, I will no longer be shy. I will no longer, shy away from social media. I will no longer make an excuse because it is. Unfortunately, it is. There, a lot of the times it's just excuses that we don't do certain things because it's the shyness, it's the what are people going to say about me, and that's usually the thing that holds people back. But we put like 1,000,001 excuses in front of it to justify why we don't want to do it, when in reality it's nothing but that. It's nothing but excuses.
Yeah, working like with my clients, and a lot of them are well-known people or been in business for such a long time, and I'm still surprised how people are still shy or not confident. I mean, it's beautiful to see that I can help them and give them that space to be themselves, and that's like for me a blessing. For me, that I can provide that. Even just selling your own product. I've had people were just hanging around, and these are well-known people, and they were so shy to sell their own product. And my husband and I would be like, come on, you can do this. And they sold so many items that day just by sharing stories, and had the courage to say, hey, I've got this product. And their sales were going. We love anyone in business. We love to support them. So that's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the guy yesterday knock on the door. He was a young fella. He's like, I live in X Street. We're starting a new bin cleaning service. I just want to be like, you started a business. And he probably would have just ran away from me.
Snaps for you.
I held myself back so hard. But so
it's just, you know what it is when people first start, it's that gleam in their eye of like, you're so new. You don't know the trauma you're about to have.
It's so true.
Yeah, what gave you guys the confidence to start that business? You started multiple platforms
and
over the years.
I think we've spoken about this, but for me, I have tried a few different things based on external factors. I thought I could try other things, but I wasn't confident enough, and it came down to and it wasn't even online or any social media presence, but trying something new when
nobody else has done it.
And it wasn't in my true heart, and I didn't think I could do it, so there wasn't enough confidence. I don't know if I told you once. I don't know if I've brought this up, but I'm going to say it again. When I first started the kids space, I think it was about, say about 17 years ago. I was trying just, to dip my little feet into the business world. And I got asked at a market or a fair or something, I got asked to do a presentation. And it was nothing to do with the kids space. It was to do with something else, and I had to do a presentation. And I went, I'll do it. Yeah, I can do this. And I was a speaker at this event, and the topic was a little bit of what I knew on, a little bit of what I was trying to dabble into because of those external factors, and I was trying to dabble into this whole new business world, and I thought I could do it. I had people leaving the space, and I'm like, as I was speaking, I knew, I'm like, what am I doing? There's people leaving because they knew that I didn't have the confidence fully about that topic, that's when it clicked and said, you know what, Carla, stop people pleasing out there. Stop trying to go in a different direction. Stick to what you know. And then from that day on, I went, stuff it. I'm just sticking in my lane. And I don't think I've ever looked back.
That's good.
That's
a hard lesson to learn.
It was hard. Like I was
so
like mortified. People were just like
but I give
leaving.
you props for even saying yes to begin with.
But it's not a bad thing though, because look where it's brought you now.
Exactly.
It was such a learning curve.
Just want to make sure people don't be scared of saying yes to things, because So the fact that you tried it, you didn't fail because you're still soldiering on.
Absolutely.
Failure is when you stop doing everything completely and you go get a job and, you know, live a miserable life because you wished you continued
it pushed
on.
me further.
But it did.
Look where it took me.
I know.
Maybe it was one of those moments I just went, you know
like what do you call them?
A pivot.
Yeah. Like
Pivot.
what, Carla, what are you trying to do? People are not listening to you. Now,
wow.
I get people listening to me all over the world. So just on that note, this morning I woke up and looked on my Facebook page of my Miss Carla Learning Adventures page, and someone said, "Hi, we're from Canada. We love watching your videos." And I just went, "Oh my God, thank you so
Canada.
much."
That's amazing.
Thanks, Canada. Maple leaf,
cute.
maple syrup.
We can do a tour over there if they want.
Take us on tour.
But again, it's talking about that confidence. Like, I'm glad I had those stepping stones. It's taken me where I am now.
Yeah.
And I'm sounding so nasally. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But it really does build you.
Yeah.
And you're right. If I had said no at the time, who knows what would happen?
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like that.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, and I tell everybody, like, you regret not doing it than doing it.
Give it a go.
You're going to learn something from anything that you try.
And it's such a story.
Yeah. I can't
Whoever
believe
was in that audience that day, look at me now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about you, Joe? Like, were you always so confident? Like,
Absolutely
tell me.
not.
No?
I was so scared. You guys know. I was so scared to even start, like, fully go into, like, my business journey, because I had obviously started my agency back in, it would have been around 2017, 2018. But it was a side hustle. I had a full-time job. Like, you know, I was very corporate. Yeah, I was in the corporate world. And then obviously I got pregnant with my son in 2019, and then that completely shifted everything. Like, once you have a child in your life, it's just your whole mindset changes. And then that was what I was afraid of. I was afraid of taking risks, because you have a family to look after, you have, like, you know, all the things that you got to look after, and a mortgage to pay, and, like, bills to pay. Like, none of that stops. So for me, it was always, okay, well, I will continue doing my full-time job, and then I will just, you know, do this on the side. It's extra money, and you know what I mean? Like,
but you weren't rising
safe
to your full potential.
Yeah, but I also very quickly realized that I was giving up on my dream because I was playing it safe in helping somebody else grow their business.
Yeah.
And because, again, I've always been in the marketing space, and so I did it for over 10 years. And then all of a sudden it was like I got made redundant, and it was like everything changed. And, like, bless my husband, he then turned around and said, well, you love, like, you're so passionate when you are working on your stuff with your clients and your thing, but when you come home from your full-time job, you're miserable anyways. Like, why don't you just focus on this? In the meantime, he's like, you know, just focus on this, see how much you can grow it, and, like, don't worry so much about, like, looking for another job, or just look for something part-time and see how much you can grow the business instead. And I was like, I can't do that.
How
what do you
amazing
mean?
is that?
I know. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I've got us. It's fine. And, like, I'm very lucky that he's like that, because I know that's not the case for a lot of people.
Not everyone's in that,
exactly.
in that space.
But I was very lucky that he was like, I got us. You know, if it means that I have to pull all the overtime in the world, which he has, you know, the option to do that. He's like, then I will. I'll do that for us. And I was just like, like, I'm such an independent person that I was like, I can't. no.
On your leave, thanks.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, what do you mean? And he's like, it's fine. Like, see how much you can grow this. And so I did. I went back to work for a company, and I was just doing a couple of days.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But then when it came close to like ending that contract with them, because it was only for a contracted certain amount of time, and then once it was getting close to that again, I had like an internal panic attack. But luckily at that point I had met Carla, I had met the ladies, I was in BMS, and I was like, okay, well, I'm doing this part-time. There was an opportunity that they were presenting to me to either, you know, move in with like the different side of the business and do like a couple of days, or I could walk away and do my business full time. And I just had this internal turmoil because, again, I was not confident. I was so new to the business world, new to networking, new to meeting people, that I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I remember ringing you, Carla, and just like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What's happening?
And what was my answer?
And Carla was just like, whatever you decide to do, I think you can do this, and whatever it is that you decide to do, we've got you, and we all believe in you, and we know that you can make this work. Let's do it. And then I spoke to Karma about it. And I was like, and same thing, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. What if it doesn't work out? And she was just like, what's the worst that can happen? And Karma's a lot more like, girl. She's like, what's the worst that can happen?
Girl.
I know. She's like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, tell me what in your mind is like worst case scenario. And I was like, well, I could go broke. And then she's just like, if you go broke, you go back to work. Like, you can find another job, but there's no other opportunity for you to be able to do this right now. And everything in my life was like pointing me to like, you should be doing
Just
this.
jump and we'll catch you.
I know. And she's like, just take the leap. It's fine. You'll be fine. And so I did. And I remember I quit my job. And then I remember ringing Karma, I quit my job.
Yeah, I was jumping up and down.
And she's like, yay! Like screaming, like, yes, you did it. You did it. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And
she listened to my advice.
And then all of a sudden she's like, shit, what if this really does fail? So I'm glad that even though I didn't have the confidence in myself, that I had other people in my space.
And that's really important.
Yes, having other people to draw confidence from, because I feel like we have all at some point
like borrowed confidence.
Yeah, like I remember when you were really hesitant about doing like voiceover reels, and you're just like,
I'm like, I remember that conversation.
Yeah, and you were just like, I hate the way that I sound, and I'm like, and I did it to you, girl.
And now all I do is voiceover.
Yeah, and now that's like such a big part of your content now, and I'm just like, go Karma, go Karma. So I think it's also important to just like, we don't always have to be full confidence 24/7. Like that's a pipe dream. It's just not. It's just impossible. But I think it's important to surround yourself with people who you can draw that confidence from when your cup is feeling empty. And that's what we do. And that's what, you know, I know that I can come to you or come to Karma or come to whoever in the group and just be like, I am just not feeling it. And then someone will be like, okay, what do you need? What can I do? How can I help? What's happening? Do you just need someone to vent to? Do you need someone? Sometimes it's as simple as I don't want to drive to this event. Okay, I'll come and pick you up.
Yeah, you're always there.
Yeah.
Hey, who wants to jump in?
Who wants to jump in? I like carpooling.
Yeah.
I don't like being in silence.
That's why it's so important to join some, like, if you're a girl's girl, Business Mum Society, we just, whether you use it for clients or socially, it's so important to be part of a network.
Absolutely.
It's like today, my face, the way I feel, and I said it to you girls, I'm a bit smashed in the face, but you know what? You both gave me the confidence. It's okay. We've got you back. It's all good.
But you walked
I'm getting recorded today. I have no idea how I look, but
they look fantastic.
It's all good. But again, it's that like-minded
We're
spirit.
just trying to get you out of your own head.
Yeah. And it's important.
Yeah.
So the muscles keep working, hey?
You have to keep it. Like, you know, I did exercise yesterday. My legs are sore. Even if it's sore, you still keep
exactly.
going.
Yeah, I'm still sore from my body balance class on Monday, and it's a Wednesday. Damn, actually, it's actually worse today.
I know.
But they always say up to 48 hours.
Sore means that
it's working.
It's working.
Yes. All I did was run and walk. Like that was,
good.
you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into running. Oh, God.
I love
hate
running.
it. My whole body
I love running.
I get into
I've always been a runner.
Once I get past
Jogger, not runner.
Yeah, jogger.
See, I'm more a swim gal.
No. I've gotten fit once before, and
I got fit once in my life. Worst time of my life.
but no, then I had the urge to keep doing it every day, and then I don't know what happened. I think what happens, I'm going to record this. So what happens with me is as soon as like I work on myself physically, the confidence in that is just people see you gleaming and
different.
Walking and like it just hits another level of confidence. And what happens with me is as soon as people notice me or compliment me, I stop.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know why. I think it's because people see me. So I want to hide again.
Oh, so you think, oh no, I'm getting judged again?
It's not about bit judgment. It's like, I think in my head, I don't feel like I'm worthy enough for these compliments.
Oh, yeah.
Does that
I
make
know.
sense?
I understand that. Yes.
It's like, no, people see me. Who does she think she is looking like that or feeling like that?
Yeah.
So that's been a process. Like,
and then
this
we
is the
retreat.
first time I've voiced it out. I've said it to my husband, but anyway, our husband... You know, it's different when you say it out loud to like the girls,
the masses.
The masses. Like you kind of be like, okay, well, you sound like a idiot, but it's always like that. That's why I struggle to wear red. So for me, that I don't know if you saw that post of me wearing a red dress. I hadn't worn red in years.
Yeah,
because I didn't want people to look at me. As much as people say, "Oh, there's Carla," I'm always the center of attention, but
it's different.
People are looking at me, they're complimenting me. I was like full ripped at one point almost, and then I had people complimenting me out of nowhere, and then I stopped working out.
Wow.
It's so weird, but isn't it? So somebody do some psychology.
I know. We need a psychologist to ring in.
That would be fantastic. We should get one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would love
Actually, someone reached
Come
out.
diagnose us.
Someone did reach out.
So, wait, wasn't it? No, that was speech pathology. Never mind.
No. Someone reached out. I'll go find you.
Yes, please
right
do.
now, I
Come
cannot
and
remember who it
diagnose
was.
us.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to like pick the brain of a psychologist. Be like, do you really think I have ADHD? I'm not diagnosed, but everybody in my circle tells me I have ADHD.
I think we all have it at some level.
Yeah. I would love to. I would love to talk to a psychologist.
Let me find out who it was.
Yeah. Find your email.
You have your work cut out.
We need 3 sessions.
That's a long episode.
I love
it.
Oh,
Yeah, so any tips out there?
I was going to say the same thing.
To win.
Oh my God. Any tips?
Any tips out there for our listeners out there or whoever is watching?
Yes.
You can watch us on
Do whatever
YouTube.
you're scared of. As soon as that thought comes in your head, oh my God, I'm scared, write it down and just do it.
Put it on a list.
Do it behind closed doors. No one needs to see it
unless it's something that obviously warrants you having to be. Like, for example, one of my clients was really, really afraid of public speaking. And I was like, the only way to get over something that you're afraid of is you got to do it. And that's not something that you can do behind closed doors.
No.
You have to get up and do it.
Do it with a camera because
just practice.
And then
practice in the mirror first. You know how they used to say that? Practice in the mirror first.
Saying out loud. Like there was a couple. I remember this one moment where I was a finalist in those business awards, and I wanted to prepare a speech. Right, speaking to people out, like just thinking about what I want to say. Is very hard for me. So the only way, and I think this really helped me even speak to camera now, wrote out my speech and I just said it out loud, and the vibrations I was feeling through my whole body as I'm saying it, I was saying it just to the wall. No one was with me, but it's just, it feels different because I feel like I had to say it out loud, even whether it wasn't about winning, it was again building that confidence to say words out loud about me, about what I've done, thanking the community, all that stuff, and that really helps. So have your speech, like you said, even just saying it out loud, just the vibrations in your body. It's like you're telling your brain, because your brain doesn't know the reality. It already thinks you're in front of stages, right? It doesn't know. I've learned that through a lot of psychology reels.
Back to that psychologist. I'll find your girlfriend.
Because your mind doesn't know what's reality. So if you're saying it out loud, it already thinks that. Because I was having these feelings of being in front of the stage. My heart was pounding, and you know, when you're out of breath, that feeling when you're blowing a balloon. And that, what do you call it?
Exertion.
Yeah, that. And I was feeling everything as though I was in front of stage. So yes, practice behind closed doors, even if it's
and just say yes to everything.
Say yes to everything. You put me on a panel, I'm like, okay.
I know.
You can do it.
I know. That was just, I remember seeing you that day.
Practiced.
Did you practice for that panel?
Yes, and then you didn't even ask any of the questions.
Yeah, that was my fault. No, but you know what? I had to bring you out of your comfort zone because I knew you were nervous because I remember we spoke about it. And then we were like, you kept saying to me, you're like, no, but like, you know, I'm like, come on, you got this. You're good. Like, I've heard you speak.
So amazing. When she asked the first question, I stared at her like this. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
There's a video of it. Because I was like, because I remember going through the questions and I was like, yeah, this is kind of like roughly what, you know, and then you messaged me and said, oh, like, do you have the questions? And I was like, yeah, this is like kind of like what I'm going to ask. And I sent her the questions. And then on the day I was just like, I am not the type of person, I can't read off a script because I sound very robotic when I do. Yeah. I have to go off the cuff.
I know that feeling, yeah.
I just can't. If otherwise I fixate on like what's written on paper and then it's not going to sound the way that I wanted it to sound. I wanted it to be a free-flowing conversation rather than just, okay, next question. Like,
next question, please.
I didn't want that. And so then when I threw the first question at her, she just
Did you notice it from the stage?
It was so funny.
Is it because you know me, or is it?
No, I pretty much knew the questions as well.
So thanks for
you
that.
both did really well.
I know. I was very nervous for that though because that was
you
the first.
You didn't show it. You look like you're in a natural habitat.
Everyone was just amazing.
So much so that I held up because I had the papers with me. And then I remember lifting up the piece of paper, and that's why I went off script too, because I lifted it up and all I could see was the little edge of the paper that was just flapping, like, because I was shaking so badly that I was like, nope, gotta put that down. And then after that I was like, no, I can't read off this paper because all you're gonna see is
I couldn't tell.
We need to do like a mock-up panel speaking, I reckon, just the business mums. That'll be fun.
Yeah, something where people can just like practice. In a room.
Just say what they want to say and have a topic. You know how we used to do it in school? Debating, have a topic, and
I hated debating.
Same. Yeah,
Can't think of anything
I like
worse.
arguing. I just don't like structured arguing.
yeah.
And in that timing, it was only like 2 minutes.
Exactly. I just like to go,
Just roll it out.
exactly.
Yes. You know, especially if I'm passionate about something. For something I'm not.
See, my husband is all about that. You'd be number one at debating.
I know. Oh yeah, my nephew's in debating, and my sister is like, "Can you keep that outside the house, please? You don't need to use your skills on me today."
Yeah.
So, Joe's, any other tips you want to share out there to anyone listening about confidence?
I think my biggest tip would just be that what we just spoke about, which was find people in your circle or outside of your circle. Like, don't be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone to find people that you can draw that confidence from, because that for me was the biggest game changer. And realizing that I don't have to do this alone as much as my business is me. But I don't have to do it alone, and finding a circle that I connected with, that I found like-minded people, so that when I was down in the dumps and like really, really doubting myself, because we all have those moments, no one is confident 24/7, but in those moments that you have people around you that can pull you out of that, that can be like, you got this, I got you.
And you don't need to say anything. Just being in the room lifts you up.
Yeah.
Like when you walked into you walking so stiff today, like when you ladies walked in.
We're just like,
are you okay? I was like, are you okay? It's like walking in, and then you're just like, it's not my day today.
I know, I was like, it's just, and we were talking about this as we were driving here, and I was like, and this week is like when it's all the events, there's everything on this
of course,
week.
International Women's Day,
Exactly.
have to be busy.
And so I was just like, there's so much on, and I am like drawing from a 1% battery, and I'm just like, and so when we came in today, Carla and I were just looking at each other like, it's just one of those days, but at least we're together.
That's
and
what
we
I said.
will
At
bring
least
it
we're
out
together.
Each other. So
and that's the thing. You can be so lonely in your business, and we've spoken about this, and we'll continue to speak about this. But once you're in a room like this, or even on an online space, if you've got some people that in the similar stage of you, or the same sort of boat sort of thing, you can do it. It's
absolutely really you can. Yeah.
So keep at it. Keep that confidence going, and it's a learning curve.
And reach out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, reach out. You never know where reaching out will get you.
Oh, yeah.
So my tip, no one asked me.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
Miss Carla, what is your tip for
My
today?
tip is, in confidence, is something I say a lot is be authentic, I think. Once you show your true self, your knowledge, your skills shine more, I think. Because sometimes we live up to everyone else's expectations, and we try and keep up with everyone else, and that's where the confidence tries to fail sometimes. So I think it's really important you be as authentic as possible, no matter what flaws you have or how you're feeling, like we are today. I think that's huge, especially at this stage in life, like 2026, is just really be authentic and true, and people will buy from you, or they'll use your service, and that's confidence in itself. That gives you confidence, and that shines more confidence. So that's my top tip, because if you're going to start a business or leverage your business, I think confidence is one of the real big moments. You really need it. And
absolutely,
especially now, like with all the current crisis in the world and that, your confidence does get shattered. But if you just keep growing your business as best as you can, and network and reach out to people and collaborate, your confidence will just keep growing in different ways, I think.
And it just also reaffirms what you're doing. Like, people will compliment, like they'll say something, oh, I love the video, or you said something to me the other day and it really inspired me. Kind of just be like, okay, well, that keeps you going too. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, compliment others, and then
I was going to say, but on the flip side of that also, be the person that compliments other people. Because we all want to feel good and everything, but then everybody kind of hesitates to do it the other way around. So it's like, there's nothing nicer than even on social media and face to face or whatever, when somebody will, oh my God, I loved your video, or this was so great, or I learned this from, don't be scared to compliment other people as well.
Absolutely.
Because what goes around comes around.
yeah, there you go.
So we're going to leave it there for today. So thank you so much for sharing
you.
your wisdom, knowledge, and expertise.
Thank you for having us.
Going to finish off this coffee and have a brilliant day. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
We're so funny.